Hi, my name is Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and I'm an attorney that assists veterinary associates with employment contract and independent contractor agreement issues. Today I'm going to talk about relief veterinarian independent contractor risks. So if you are a relief vet, what are some things you want to make certain are not in your contract and that there is language that protects you? So first, the nature of relief work does lend itself to being an independent contractor. If you are working somewhere full-time, most likely you are being misclassified if they are paying you as an independent contractor. But if you're filling in occasionally, maybe a handful of times a month, or it's truly a part-time fill-in position, then certainly you could be considered an independent contractor. So if you have signed a contract, which I hope you have, if you're working for a practice, there are a few things that you need to be aware of and make certain are either kind of favorable for you in the agreement or completely absent. First thing, exclusivity. There should be no language in the contract that states you have to work for the practice exclusively. Sometimes it's called outside activities, where it says you must get the organization's approval to work anywhere else. Those things should be completely absent from an independent contractor agreement. And in fact, there should be language that says specifically it is not an exclusive contract and that you can work wherever you'd like. So that's the first thing, is make sure it's not an exclusive agreement. Second would be a non-compete. You can put a non-compete in an independent contractor agreement, but if you are just filling in occasionally, that's not something you should agree to. There's not a ton of justification for making someone who's only filling in a few times a month or maybe once a week and prohibiting them from working, let's say within 10 miles of the practice. It can cause major problems for somebody if they're trying to work in multiple relief positions and they have non-competes in all these different jobs. So if you are a true relief veterinarian and you're signing an independent contractor agreement, I would suggest making certain that it does not contain a non-compete. Next would be compensation. There needs to be a clear understanding of how much you're getting paid, which I would assume is in the contract. But what I find is that many of those contracts do not have the timing of the payments. So it should say exactly when you will be paid, how you will be paid. Do you have to invoice them with your hours? Are they keeping track? Are they going to pay you bi-weekly with their normal payroll? Are they paying you monthly at the, instead of on their normal payroll schedule? These are things that need to be in the agreement. Additionally, cancellation should be a part of that as well. Let's say you're scheduled a month in advance and then a few days before your shift, they call to cancel you. There should be some kind of penalty involved with that. If you did the same, if you were on the schedule and then just flaked out and said, oh, I have another job that's paying more. Well, you would at least expect there to be some kind of penalty associated with that. So make certain that there's clear delineation between when you are paid, how much you're paid, and then some of the repercussions if you are canceled, without a lot of notice. The schedule control is important as well. If you are filling in as a relief vet, sometimes it is short-term notice, which is fine as long as you're okay with that. But it generally should be kind of a up to you type thing. It shouldn't be you're scheduled, 2 months out in advance. I'm not certain that would really count as a relief veterinary role. Maybe if you're filling in, like for instance, if a vet practice has lost someone and they just need you to fill in while they're trying to recruit a replacement, then yeah, in that scenario, if you're working a full-time schedule, maybe you could be classified as an independent contractor. But once again, The entire point of being a relief vet, it should provide flexibility to you so that you can work wherever you want, whenever you want, and therefore you're not tied down to any specific role. All right, those are some risks associated with being a relief veterinarian as an independent contractor. If you have any questions about your employment agreement or independent contractor agreement, feel free to contact my law firm at the information listed below in the description. And I appreciate you watching the video. All right, thanks. Take care.